Shelter puppy dressed in a tiny tuxedo waits for new owner who cancelled adoption at the last minute. Life was finally looking up for little Vicente. The 3-month-old puppy had a forever home lined up, and for all he knew, life at Rescatame Foundation, a shelter that places abandoned animals in loving homes, was a thing of the past. We rescued Vicente, his siblings and his mom in Zipaquira, a town near Bogota. Diana, a volunteer at the shelter, told Bored Panda. As with all their animals that are up for adoption, the shelter shared photos of Vicente and his siblings on Facebook. Many responded and filled out applications, hoping to give the little puppy a forever home. Luckily for Vicente, he had a home to go to within just a few days. Compared to some dogs who are left in shelters for years, he was extremely lucky. So when the day came for the puppy to go home, volunteers cleaned him up and dressed him in a tiny tuxedo. But the guy never arrived. He stood him up and then called to cancel the adoption, Diana said. Poor Vicente was left at the shelter looking dapper in his tiny tuxedo with nowhere to go. Once again, the shelter reached out to their Facebook followers. This time they explained why it's so important that anyone who fills out an adoption form is committed to taking care of an animal. If you want to adopt, remember that it is a commitment forever. Animals are not things you can have when you feel like having a dog. Vicente's story went viral and he had another prospective family, but this time it was different. This time it was for real. The little puppy that captured so many people's hearts ended up going home with a loving family. The shelter recently shared that Vicente is very happy at his new home and promised to give updates on the adorable pooch. You can follow Vicente's life on Instagram. While he no longer sports his cute little tuxedo, he's still an incredibly adorable ball of fluff. I don't understand why people go through all the trouble and say they're going to adopt an animal, only to pull out at the last second. If you're unable to commit time, money, effort, love and responsibility, then don't even think about adopting an animal. Share this with your friends and family.